Alliant Energy says their solar capacity has tripled after completing 6 different solar projects throughout the state. The company says the project added a total of 514 megawatts of solar energy to Alliant's solar generation, increasing access to renewable energy for Wisconsinites. The 6 sites include 3 in our area, including the Albany Solar Project in Greene County, the Cassville Solar Project in Grant County, and the Paddock Solar Project in Rock County. The other 3 sites are in Sheboygan, Dodge, and Waushara counties. The Onion River Project is the largest of the 6, offering 150 megawatts of solar energy. There are 3 more projects still being built, with completion expected in mid-2024.